Hello, my name is Tim Nurkiewicz. I am a professor and chair of the Department of Physiology, Pharmacology, and Toxicology. I'm also the director of the Center for Inhalation Toxicology, and I'm also the director of the Systems Toxicology T32 training program here at the Health Sciences Center. So as you may notice, there's a common denominator in all of those roles, and that's toxicology. And that is what you will be getting into if you join my laboratory. My specific areas of research are determining how inhaled toxicants cause cardiovascular disease and adverse reproductive health outcomes. The reason for that is based upon a longstanding dogma in the research field that what we breathe in makes us sick and kills us through lung disease. And that was proven to be quite false in the late 1990s and early 2000s. And that's when I first stepped into my first faculty position around 2003. I was classically trained as a microvascular physiologist, and I started performing inhalation exposures with the assistance of colleagues at NIOSH next door. And to this day, I'm still actively engaged in collaborations with them at NIOSH. So my research areas, on the front end of all of my projects, we have inhalation exposures of laboratory animals, rats and mice, and then we subsequently study the impacts of those exposures on microvascular health. And then after that, we study the impact of microvascular dysfunction on reproductive health. And that is from the maternal side to the placental function to the fetal health outcomes. Commonly referred to as the developmental origins of health and disease. And in all of those aspects, we study the cellular mechanisms that are affected originally by inhalation exposures to a variety of toxicants ranging from air pollution, particulate matter, gases such as ozone, combustion products from military burn pits, combustion products from off-road engines, nanomaterials, diverse nanomaterials ranging from titanium dioxide to carbon black to multi-wall carbon nanotubes. So there is no limit on the type of exposures that you will be able to perform in my laboratory. And at the same time, it is critical to characterize those aerosols in real time. And there's only a handful of laboratories across the country that are capable of characterizing the exposures to the extent that we do. And we do that because the basic tenet of toxicology is the dose is the poison. So that would be the foundation of all of your experiments. You would learn how to become a microvascular physiologist, and you would also learn how to identify adverse reproductive outcomes. My mentoring style is very relaxed. It's based upon the notion that you are here to learn. So you're starting with very little knowledge of toxicology or physiology or reproductive health. So in the beginning, there will be a lot of didactic one-on-one training and you actually acquiring skills, following the experimental designs that are in place. As you mature and add tools and skills to your toolbox, you'll become more independent. And I'm more than happy to step back progressively and let you fly. And in the end, you're doing it all on your own. So that is my mentoring style. And that is a function of how I was mentored. And I still am mentored by my original PhD advisor. I reach out to him frequently. So it worked for me, and I'm positive that it could work for you. I have trained numerous students, postdoctoral fellows as well, and they are all currently in faculty positions, ranging from assistant professor or early assistant professors to tenured associate professors. So I am optimistic that you will have a good outcome after training in my laboratory. The laboratory atmosphere itself is equally relaxed. We are a team, we are a family, and because we are very close and very dependent on each other. Coming to my lab, you will have your own project in which you will be responsible for all of those experiments and all of the details associated with that. As a result, all of the publications that you achieve in my lab at that time, you will be the first author. Simultaneously, we're a fairly large laboratory. We have a mix of undergraduates, graduate students. research scientists, technicians, and postdoctoral fellows. You will integrate with them and help them with their projects. The purpose of that is not just to help them, but to learn how to do team science. And as a result of your assistance in team science, you will be middle author on those publications. Typically, graduate students that finish in my laboratory, they have 8 to 9 manuscripts, 3 or 4 of them as first author, and then 5 or 6 as middle authors. So that is the lab atmosphere. We are heavily engaged in the Society of Toxicology, as you would imagine. That's a national professional organization focused on toxicology. We attend national meetings. We present all of our research every year, and we are very well received in that regard. We are also heavily engaged in the regional Society of Toxicology, hosting the meeting here at the Alumni Center regularly. And we lead that group to a great extent and are happy to continue to do so. And that is a critical component of your professional development during the years in my laboratory. So if that sounds interesting to you, we would love to have you join the team. If you'd like to have more information, please feel free to reach out. Thank you.